What's up, y'all?
Welcome to the Southeast Tennessee Prep Hoops podcast. This is episode 2. We got Big Josh Templeton in the house. I am Tommy Brown. This again was Josh's idea. So I think last week went great. So big show tonight. We have Coach Nick Fike from Red Bank High School. We got some athletes on here tonight. We have Cash Coates from Walker Valley High School. We have Parker Robinson from McCallie. We have a couple more coming up too. We have the legend of the game is Randy Smith. Randy is, of course, the longtime sportscaster, and he's going to be joining us here in a little bit. So looking forward to having him. So Josh, how you doing, buddy? You got those basketballs? We got the this week or next week we have in Tennessee, we have the Hall of Fame games. I guess we got some jamborees this week, right?
Yes, we do. And tomorrow is a big day. The jamboree at CCS tomorrow. We're gonna have a bunch of schools in action.
Who we got? Who we got playing?
All right, we got at 5:40. We got Lookout Valley girls versus East Ridge girls. At 6, we got East Ridge boys versus CSLA. I did not know CSLA was playing high school basketball. I guess they just started back up or start up with athletics. 6:20 we got Central and Notre Dame girls, and then 6:40 we got Notre Dame and Central. That's going to be an interesting one to watch right there. 7 we got Collegedale and Red Banks girls. 7:20 we got Chat Prep and Red Bank. Chat Prep coming off that big season, and Red Bank's got everybody back. That should be pretty interesting. 15 minutes of action.
Yeah.
7:40 Silverdale and GPS. 8 o'clock Silverdale boys and McCallie.
Oh, there you go, right there. Silverdale
Yeah.
McCallie. Is it just one night or is it 2 nights?
One night.
One night.
8:20 we got Signal Mountain girls and CCS girls, and then at 8:40 CCS boys and Hamilton Heights boys, which could be a high scoring extravaganza right there.
So it's at CCS.
Yeah, and I think CCS, I was thinking about this last week. I think CCS is a team we're sleeping on right now. Playing them last year, they're really hard to guard. They score a lot of points, and Dre Jackson and Reed Conley are dynamic. Caden Baldwin's a real good player. They got some really good pieces, and Wes does a great job.
Yeah, we need to get Wes on here. Wes can serve as 2 functions. Obviously, he can be the legend of the game, and he can talk about his team. He'd be a double.
Right, we got to get Wes on next week to talk about that Sweet 16 run. I want to talk about that.
That's right. At UTC, he was the point guard at UTC. So, Hamilton Heights scrimmages Notre Dame tonight. That's why we can't get Cole McCormick on, because it'll be too late. So they play.
Really?
They're scrimmaging.
Right.
They're scrimmaging tonight, and we don't have anything against Hamilton Heights, but they're not. We don't really consider them a prep team. They're more of that elite deal where they don't have Chattanooga guys, and they're from all over, which is great. We don't have anything against them.
How Shea went to Hamilton Heights for 2 years, but the NBA says he's an international player because he's from Canada, that kind of thing. So
exactly. So, so what else is going on, man? We got Georgia opens up a little earlier, don't they?
I might have to ask Coach T, Big Daddy.
Oh, that's right, Big Daddy.
Started.
The
Dade
Hall of
County
Famer himself. Yeah, he'd be another legend of the game we can have. Is Coach Kevin Templeton. Who are the greatest coaches of all time? Your dad being 1, you being 2. Who are the greatest who's 3, 4, and 5 greatest coaches of all time? High school prep coaches in the area.
Okay, we're talking about high school prep coaches. I'm definitely not in the top 2, but the best college coach I ever coached or played against, do you know who it is? Or I thought it was.
I do not know who.
Lenny Acuff. When we were at Temple, we played UAH a couple times.
Whatever, Josh. I am the greatest. It doesn't matter. Whatever, man.
No, you were on my team.
So what? I played again. We're not talking
know, but I
about
don't
Lenny
see it
Acuff
again.
and colleges. We're talking about preps. This isn't Southeast Tennessee college hoops. It's Southeast Tennessee prep hoops. So Lenny
Okay,
Acuff has
speaking of
no place in
Southeast
this
Tennessee
discussion.
prep
I
hoops,
love him. I
Dade
love Lenny
County has
Acuff,
a
by the way. Please don't let that get what?
Dade County has another legend if we're going to talk about prep hoops coaching in girls
Who?
basketball as well.
Who is that?
KB Galloway Burrows.
Yeah, oh yeah. But I'm saying the best
Yeah.
coaches of all time in the area. And Katie's great this is her year one. So
I think you're
who
going to
is
have to put Robert High in that conversation.
Robert High has to be. He has to be in that
Has
conversation.
to be.
Let's see.
Might
Henry
might
Bowles
might
is in that.
be. Yeah,
Do you know who
might
that
be
is?
the.
Henry Bowles.
Yeah, he used to coach at Howard for
Yeah,
the
he was.
longest time.
Yep, there a long time. Yep. Ricky Perry, the old Boy Buchanan coach, is up there.
Coach Perry. We
Kevin
used to have some
Templeton.
battles.
Yeah, Kevin Templeton is up there. Let's see. What other guys we have? Robert Hyde, definitely. Austin Clark obviously has to be mentioned from Baylor, longtime
Yes.
Baylor head coach, Hall of Famer
Dan
himself.
Wadley won a lot of state championships and coached at Tennessee Temple and McCallie.
Yes, he did. Dan Wadley is up
one.
there. Yep. Is let's see, who else? Ringgold. What about North Georgia area? Got to be.
I'm not as familiar with North Georgia. I gotta be honest. We didn't really cross over a whole lot.
Kent Smith, Bradley Central High School, legend. Gosh, he was really good, wasn't he? Let's
legend.
See. For many.
I got to give a shout out to my favorite player of all time at Bradley Central High School,
Kellen Pickle.
Oh, I love Kellen Pickle, but it wasn't him.
Who is your favorite player over Kellen Pickle?
Josh Jones.
Oh, I was about to say that. Josh Jones.
One of the greatest coaching minds that has never coached, or that just help us for a couple of years as an assistant.
Oh, he is. Josh Jones he's special. I was about to get upset for Kellen. I was really about to get upset for Kellen's sake.
I mean, those guys, I loved coaching Kellen. I only had him 1 year. I played with Josh Jones though, too. So, and Josh Jones, he was kind of a point forward that came off our bench, and his freshman year played the majority of the minutes. But when he showed up on campus, my scoring average went up 7 points.
I wonder why.
Because the man,
a great passer.
Yes, he was
I promise viewers we're not going to talk about your greatness as a player, even though you're giving like props to Josh Jones. I don't think I'm gonna get over this Lenny Acuff thing. I do love Lenny Acuff, by the way. So Kellen Pickle, Kellen Pickle is one of the all-time great characters, people that has. I mean, he's just
we need to get Kellen Pickle on the show.
Have you seen Kellen's hair? Have you seen him? Have you seen?
I heard it's long. I heard it's about as long as my brother's.
So I'm Facebook friends with Kellen, and so today he posts this thing on how he is going to. He's got 10 dogs. He's got 10 puppies, I guess, and he just can't handle it. And he said, "Listen, if y'all don't come get them, I'm going to shoot them." And so it started this outrage on social media. And Kellen's like, "I would never shoot a dog. I was just kidding, please." And so it was horrible. I mean, he's like, it was something. I'm like, I was about ready to drive over there. What?
Is he really giving away pups?
Yeah, he's giving away. Kellen Pickle.
I might check out a pup or two. I'm gonna hit him up.
These are cute dogs too. He's got 10 of them. So I mean,
just tell me it's not a golden doodle.
That's not something you can't joke about killing a dog, Josh. I mean, what was he doing?
I
love Kellen Pickle. It was pretty funny. All right, so we got Coach Fike joining us here.
Hey.
See if we can get connected. All right. By the way, you watching live on Facebook, I'm wearing my Presbyterian basketball shirt. If you wonder why, I worked at Presbyterian, and Presbyterian beat Vanderbilt last night. Beat the Commodores, which is not bode well for Jerry Stackhouse, I don't think. So, Coach Fike, how you doing, brother?
The Mac McCarthy and handshake. You just got
me good. Fired. I'm good. How are you fellas doing?
Doing well. Hadn't seen you in a while. Beard looking good, looking tough. you know?
I need to trim it.
Man, I'm always so
it's that
jealous of
time of
Nick's
year.
beard game.
You got that is a
That
beard
time
right
of
there.
year. It's summer. You still rocking the beard, man. I'm always
I
jealous
know.
of your
It's
beard
just
game.
it's just getting a little out of control, man. It's like a bird's nest right now. I'm just trying to compensate for nothing up top.
I think it looks great, man. How do you
It
you
does.
trim it? What's the key with a big beard like that? You don't have any gray in it either. How do you keep
Oh,
the
I
gray
do.
in
I
it?
do. I've backed up so you can't see the gray.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
there's some gray down there.
There's little speckles here and there. That's a good looking.
Little speckles.
I think that's an intimidating beard.
This show and Nick's beard is sponsored by Manscaped and traditional beard oils that everybody can pick up.
Like how do you deal? Like I can barely with mine right here. It starts itching. I mean, how do you deal with it?
It's I guess over time. I go down to the barbershop, White Oak Barbershop. There's a little plug there. Get it trimmed up. But the key is not to let the neck get too long right there. You got to trim up underneath. That way you don't itch right there. So years of growing the beard and no hair up top. Just trying to make it.
Look, it looks.
Hey, we're
good.
all about them local businesses. What was that barbershop? I might need to hit them up. I'm in Red Bank now.
That'd be White Oak Barbershop right there, Dayton Boulevard, across from the Taco Bell.
Oh, there you go. So, Josh, have you ever grown a full beard?
I don't think I'm capable of growing like a full long beard. It just ends up being patchy all over the place.
Oh, gotcha.
You look like you could get a goatee right there, though, Josh.
Yeah, he can grow a good.
Yeah, I mean, I can get it running a little bit. I can get it thick, but it doesn't. I don't know. I've never let it quite get long. It just drives me crazy after a while.
What about you, Tommy? You look like you've got a start too.
Yeah, I try to keep it trimmed about this. You know, I've had it for a while. You know, my wife likes the beard. She thinks it covers up some of my deficiencies on my face, so she wants me to keep some hair. You know what I'm saying? Like
there are many.
Yeah, she says I look better with a beard. I don't know how to take that really. So Coach Fike, so tell us about you got a lot of guys coming back. What year is this now for you at Red Bank?
Man, it's hard to believe it, but it's year 10.
Wow. That's amazing.
It is.
And you know, coaching years are like dog years, so that's really like 70 years.
I feel like it too. We've just 2 weeks in, and I feel like we're already in February. My eyes are getting heavy, needing the naps here and there. But yeah, year 10. Excited, really excited about this group of boys too, and this team. So
you got a lot of guys coming back, right? Bunch of guys.
Yes, sir. We got 6 guys coming back. Six. Well, we got 6 seniors, but we've got I guess about 6, 7, 8, 9 guys returning that played predominant minutes and got their feet wet last year, so to say. And they're amped up, they're ready, they've been working their butts off. And so
how many football guys do you have?
The crazy thing about that is we've got 2 this year. Over the years, we've kind of built more and more just basketball guys, which I'm all for it, man. Play football, play every sport you could possibly play in high school. But the 2 dudes that we've got in football right now are really big pieces to our team. Especially our 5'10" center.
He's unbelievable. If anybody
awesome.
Gets a chance to watch Red Bank, go watch them and watch people try to throw the ball inside against this guy. It is hilarious.
I'll tell you what, when you coach in college, you don't have those mixed emotions on the football team, how they're doing. I mean, you want the football team to do well. You know how important football is. You want your kids to do well. But then you're like, don't get hurt. And then you're like, you just, it's a lot of mixed emotions watching those playoff football games.
It is, you're pulling for them. Like I want to see them keep winning. I mean, they're playing their best ball now. But in the back of my mind, I'm going, please don't let Malik Riser get hurt. Please don't let Drake, But we're looking forward to getting them back when their time is done. And right now we'll groom some of these younger guys and next man up attitude. So
did you like your schedule? Is it, I mean, do you guys take that, Josh, you too, but boy, did you guys take that in consideration? How far the football team's going to go, I do all these clinics everywhere, and a lot of these coaches will be like, hey, I want to wait till I get my football guys. I want to wait till they got to wait, see what happens in the playoffs. I mean, anyway, is that something you guys take into consideration when you're scheduling?
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I don't. I do, but I don't. I mean, if you look at our schedule, I mean, we schedule tough, and it's. I mean, we're gonna, we're gonna go in and play Pope John Paul, Notre Dame. Those teams probably without our football players right off the bat, and those two teams right there are no easy task.
Pope John Paul, I did a clinic for them last year. They have some athletes.
They've got some grown men.
I told one of their kids who had a Division I offer, I said, you may be talented, but you're just not going to make it. I don't know that you're tough enough. I mean, they had some issues. I said, I mean, I love the head guy there. He's a good guy, but man, they are talented, but I don't know. I think where are you playing that game, Nick? Y'all at
that's at Notre Dame's got that Thanksgiving Classic. Okay. We played in it last year, so we're going to play over there. We play them that Monday, and then we play Jonathan Adams and their Notre Dame team that Tuesday, right before Thanksgiving.
We need to get over to that. What's the?
They've got some good teams over there.
Yeah,
he does a great job over there.
Yeah. So hey, Notre Dame Red Bank, that might be our first game of the week that we have.
Those are always good opening of the season games. Y'all always play them early, don't you?
We do. We this year we've got them twice, so we play them at State Farm Arena too down in Atlanta. So that's a pretty cool gig. But yeah, we get them early. Adams is turning, man. He's such a good dude. He's turning a really good friend of mine, and so it's one of those mutual basketball respect things. He's always very complimentary of what we do, and vice versa. But yeah, we play him early. We got him the third game of the year. We go to Ottawa Tuesday. We got Collegedale coming in Thursday, and then I mean we got McCallie, we've got Baylor, we've got Walker Valley, we've got CCS, we got Notre Dame. So it's a tough schedule.
Well, I'm going to be rooting for you a lot. I won't be rooting for you against Walker Valley because my stepsons are playing for them. But actually, I might root for you depending on how they're treating me at the time. So we'll see how
good of a job does he do?
I'll probably see more Red Bank games than anything this year.
He does. He does a great job, especially offensively. And so my stepsons are his kids. So there's that. That's a crazy.
I did not know. Okay.
Yeah. So my stepsons have me, and they also have their dad as the coach, and so he does a great job. And my oldest stepson is Blake Campbell, if you remember him. He's killing it at Berry. This is my Blake Campbell plug for legend of the game. So when do y'all play them? I saw that on the schedule.
We play, I don't have my schedule up. It's right after Christmas, early in January. They came to us last year, and we're going to go to them this year.
Going up there,
and,
yeah.
We had them at home last year, and that's funny that you say that because I remember having them at home last year, and he was talking about his son forgetting his shoes or something. So I'm guessing you probably had something to do with that.
That's funny. Josh, one of the things I want to do, we're having some of the best players in the area on here, and I want to have Tucker, one of my stepsons, on just to get, hey, this guy's not one of the best players in the area, but he's also a role player. So I think that'll be really funny to have him on there.
You gotta have him.
Hey, so you're playing some of our top 10 teams. You guys are, what did you have Red Bank rated as, Josh? They're 9, 8, 7, somewhere in there.
I don't know why you always say me. It's the committee.
Hey, I heard y'all. I listen to y'all.
It is us. It is both of us. So you're playing Walker Valley, you're playing Baylor, McCallie, you're playing Notre Dame, you're playing the whole top 10 right there.
Notre Dame, I think we got Tyner in the first round of Best of Prep. So I mean,
that's awesome.
We always schedule tough because when it comes down to it, I mean, first off, our district at their district tournament, Central's been really good there toward the end, and you got to get through Fulton in our region here until that just flipped. So the past 2 years, Fulton has put us out right there in the region semis. I mean,
so who's in the district now? I know they redo it every year. Who is in your region now in districts? How's that?
So we lost East Ham. So it's I think Saudi, East Ridge, Signal, Hickson,
Central. That's in district or region now?
Yeah. There's 7 teams.
That's a big district now that they.
Yeah, but see, that's the way I think it is. These 14 districts, it's to me, that's crazy. If you're a 14 district, you're making the region every year, which, I think that's something that you got to earn. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Austin East dropped down, and they're, I believe, in Tyner and Brainerd's region, and Fulton moved up further up to Elizabethton and in that area. So
who's on the
now
other side then? You got
it's Heritage, Maryville up there, Sequoia, South Doyle, Loudon, and man, there's one more, and I can't. There's 5 teams up there. So, Coach Graves at Loudon always does a really good job and has them ready. Sequoia can always stroke it, but when Fulton's not there, that's a nice thing.
Oh man, you got that right. Get
I remember when back in the day, it was always like you look at your schedule and it's always like this whole season's going to come down to the region semis.
Yeah.
Like it literally the entire season comes down to that one game. To see if you can get going.
Yeah. And that's what we're trying to do this year is play that tough competition. We played McCallie and Silverdale in some tough competition this summer too, though. Just trying to get these dudes. I mean, it's that mental toughness aspect of it, right? You get these guys and they've been working their butts off. They've been killing it at the gym. But to me, and I know Josh, you especially now, that mental aspect of the game is just so important. So important.
Yeah. I mean, one of the reason why I'm making a living doing this is, hey,
I got to get you over there one day.
I know, I do, dude.
I do.
I'd love to, but you can't let one play affect the next. And I mean, you can't let your offense affect your defense, which happens so often. I mean, you see so many teams that, hey, when they score, they're giving all this energy on defense, but when they don't score, then it's just
they miss a layup, or they don't get a quote unquote foul call, so now they're the last one getting down the floor. But if they score that bucket, baby, they're locking you down defensively.
Yeah, I got all kinds of film to show them on that, like of guys not sprinting back. And is, you're right. So tell us about your team. I know you got a couple of so Josh, you tell us about the top guys on Red Bank, and we'll let Nick correct you on that. Who we got?
Well, I know Josh.
I'm excited about watching them all play.
Nick, I'm mad at Nick. I'm really angry with Josh right now. I just want you to know, Josh and I'm really struggling because Josh was like, I thought he was like saying I was going to be the greatest coach he'd ever played against, and then he like it was really cruel what he did to me. So he really
said Lenny Acuff.
Yeah, I'm so sick of Lenny Acuff. I love him though. He's good. All right, go.
That dude. Obviously one of them, Malik, and the funny story about that is last year we those seniors were juniors, and they were sophomores when we had the really good team. We graduated 8 seniors. We had a 25-6 great run. So these sophomores finally had an opportunity to play. We go up to a Christmas tournament where Josh and them are out of at Heritage, and we wind up losing to them. And he calls me afterwards because we're exchanging film and advice, and the opponents were about to play. And he goes, "Man, I'm telling you right now, that's the best post defender we've played against." Yes, I kind of laughed a little bit. Malik, he said, "Yeah, man, like we have," and from then on out, I really watched him. And in this summer, and I'm like, this kid is like the way he uses his body at 5'10", and I'm sure you could ask the guys that he had to go against. I mean, he is a gnat. He is aggravating, but he's great at what he does. And Josh really kind of pointed that out. Like, I mean, that kid can do it. So.
Yeah. We were trying to throw it in there, and he's just working around, beating people to spots. You can't ever feel him. Like, you can't ever get it, like a steal on him. And we got guys pointing like, I've got a mismatch. I'm like, nah, I ain't no mismatch, man. I had to call a timeout and tell him, like, we do not have a mismatch in the post right now.
Don't throw it in there. Let's clear it out.
Because, it's like they've never seen anything like that before. Like,
he's just very, like, he's energy. He's got a very strong lower body. Just like, he just knows how to play the position. Malik's really big for us. Anthony Bonner last year, I mean, he comes on the scene. Nobody really knows about him. I could talk about how he scored so many points last year and 1 year, but just his efficiency, what he's put in, the work he's put in, the size he's put on. Kendrick Lloyd is another exciting guy who, man, if you just seen his growth through the years and his maturity between the ears and how much he's come around. And then, we got some really good role players. Kamarion is a guy, I joke with him because he used to have this long pink hair, but he shaved his hair off, and now all of a sudden I feel like he's a better ball player. So I wish he had done that a long time ago. But he's a defender. I got Landon Crutcher, who's a nice addition. So we've got some really good pieces in our point guard return. So we're excited about what we got. And I got some young guys. So we're going to see. We're going to give it our best shot this year. We're going to have some ups and downs, and I'll be anxious to see. I'm going to start using what Josh did and just say good, right? If something goes bad, good, so that we can get better from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm worth 5 games. I promise you, you'll be 5 games better when I come do the One Heartbeat Clinic.
Right.
So
Well, hey,
we got all kinds of, got all the clips and stuff.
Well, let me get my football players back.
Yeah. Definitely. So, well, Coach, man, it is great having you on. We are going to be following you. I definitely want to see that Notre Dame game coming up. And how can people get in touch with you social media wise, all the things? You do a good job. I think you do a good job of promoting your guys on social media too. That's part of the job. Josh wasn't very good at that, but I think you're doing a good job with it. So
I think
you were not good at. You were pretty good, Josh. You
actually
wasn't bad.
It is hard,
It is, but that's what it is nowadays, right? I mean, I tell my assistant, if it's not on social media, it didn't happen.
It right? Really, it's so true. Yeah.
But we're at Lion Pride at Red Bank Hoops, and that's it. Like I'm not going tic-tacking or Instabooking or any of that, man. I stick straight with the Twitter and because there's just so much out there.
Tic-tacking and yeah, that's fun.
But give us a follow and come support and watch and hopefully we can make a little noise this year. We're excited.
Hey, that Red Bank community is special, isn't it? I mean, I think that's a really cool place, and always have. And
it is, and I say there. I've been there 10 years, but there's a reason, right? There might have been some opportunities here or there, but it's just something about being there, and the admin there is tremendous. We got an administrator who truly believes in athletics being the forefront, understands that, hey, man, when athletics are good, the morale of the school's better, grades are higher. Like it's nice working over there and being in that community.
That's unusual. I will say that. Not putting down anybody in the area, but I'm just saying that's pretty cool. That really is.
It is unique. So we're going to keep working and grinding and see where it takes us.
Yeah. Nick, what'd you say that Twitter feed was?
Lion Pride at Red Bank Hoops.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you, brother, and looking forward to watching you guys this year. You're doing a great job. And we'll be in touch soon, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. And hey, I appreciate you guys, man. This is what we needed in this area. And I love just the casual talk and not some big script or we're gonna this is good stuff. So y'all keep doing this stuff.
Well, Josh and I are way too ADHD to have a script.
No,
so that wouldn't work. Not a big, Hey, don't shave the beard.
Don't shave the eye. Yeah, we'll keep it going.
I think it's intimidating to the other team, and I think you may get you a call too here and there. So
well, I don't know with some of our refs, but I'll be quiet. I shouldn't have said that, man. I'm gonna get hammered.
Referees are guessing. That's one of the things we cover. So but they're doing a great job. So
they are. Not enough of them.
Not enough of them. Appreciate you, brother.
We need more of them.
Yes, we do.
More of them. Y'all have a good one, man. Appreciate you guys.
Okay, buddy.
All right,
Take
Nick.
care now. He's good people right there, man. Nick is, Josh.
Good people right there.
We got
totally.
we got some players coming on here. And
they're gonna be fun to watch this year. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Got Cash Coates coming on. We've got who's our other? Who else we got coming on here? Did I say earlier? We've got Parker. I'm saying the Robinson name wrong. Robinson. Say it.
Robinson. Just Robinson without the N. No, Robinson.
Well, I apologize to Steve for saying his name wrong 100 times last week.
I'm still mad at Steve. Because he said that I only passed for 2 years.
We're not talking about your game. We're not talking about it.
I think we should spend a whole episode talking about your game and how limited it was.
Let me tell you something. I am the
Bring it.
fifth all-time leading scorer at Covenant College. Fifth. And I would be fourth, but they had a guy with a COVID year that passed me. I mean, should that count? The
That's
COVID
Bush
year?
League.
Isn't
5
that
years, there should be an asterisk.
Hey, I'll tell you another thing too. I'm like 4 rebounds away from being the all-time leading rebounder. Also too, I was the kid from Bryan that was so good. You remember the undersized post guy?
Yeah, Brandon Cole.
I was better than him. I was because I could
Okay.
shoot. I scored more points. That's who I was. So if you want to make fun of me for my limitations, just realize I got everything out of my ability. So
I can believe that. Just some of us get a lot out of limited ability. And I say us in the
you
plural.
were 5'4". What are you talking about? Limited ability.
That's why I said us.
Oh my gosh. Cash, are you
Let's
there,
talk to
buddy? I
someone
think
who
you're
doesn't
mute.
have limited ability.
We got
Cash.
Parker was coming in too. Cash, man, look at your
Hey,
hair,
Cash.
buddy. Your hair looks good.
I just got out of practice. It's a little crazy.
A little crazy.
Yeah.
So hey, we got Cash Coates, Walker Valley High School. We've got Parker coming in. He was trying to get on here a second ago. Here he is. So Parker, you there, brother? Cash, how you been, man? Y'all getting ready to get cranked up?
Yeah, I've
Got
been
that
good.
Got that Oak Ridge scrimmage tomorrow. Parker, how you doing, brother?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear. Parker, do you and Cash know each other?
Cash, where do you go to school?
Coates.
I don't think I know him.
Y'all don't know each other? Well, there you go.
Walker Valley.
I might have seen him play. I don't know.
You might have seen him play.
Yeah, I don't know. What school does he go to?
He goes to McCallie. We got a little McCallie and we got a little Walker Valley going on right here. So y'all played against each other this summer, actually, at Lee.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen him around.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think I remember now.
I hate that guy.
Yeah. Who do you think's better now between the two? No, I'm just kidding. So Parker, man, great to have you here, brother. And Parker, will you say your last name because I've been saying it wrong, please?
Robinson.
I was right.
Yes.
You were not right. That's not how you pronounced it, Josh.
Yes, it is. It's exactly what I said.
Will you apologize to your father, Parker, for I've been saying your name wrong? Jackson Abernathy is supposed to get on here too, so we'll see if he shows up. He was having some kind of signing party and trying to get here. So all right, so both you guys are seniors. Both of you guys are. Have you seen the rankings this year, Parker? You see where we got you ranked?
Second, I believe. I think my dad showed it to us. If that's right.
Yeah. So Cash, you see where we have Walker Valley ranked? Did you see that?
I don't think so.
You're ranked 6th, I believe. So
okay.
Hey, so who do you think is a better player, Tucker or Graham Campbell? Like, which one would you say is better?
I'm not answering that on the podcast.
You're not answering that publicly on a podcast?
Nah. They're both my teammates. I can't.
They're both. You
That's
can't
right.
say which one's the
Good
better
teammate.
teammate. Would you say? These are my
That's
stepsons, Parker. That's why I'm trying to get into.
Okay, that's funny.
So Parker, what's it like playing for your dad? Like, do you realize how good he was?
I've heard a lot of stories. I haven't, and then of course I've played pickup a lot with him, so I get to
Does
see.
he like so right now today? Can your dad beat you 1-on-1?
No,
Like,
I think maybe 5
he
years
doesn't.
ago,
He doesn't
I
like.
think
He
it'd be
doesn't old
close.
man basketball you like Detroit
mean,
Pistons kind of stuff.
He can try it. He can try it, but I think I'm at the point now where, if I get the ball.
So you really don't
he's
know.
gonna
You're
have a
just
hard
going
time.
on. You guys haven't played 1-on-1 lately. You're just going on the assumption that you think
This
you can
is-
beat him, right?
But it's not like a lack of seeing him play. I've seen him play so much. I played pickup with him all summer. He can still go, but I just think I'm at the point where I can take him.
You think you could take him? I think you guys ought to do that. Maybe have a fundraiser.
So did he stop playing you 1-on-1 once you got to that point, Parker?
We've never played before. Believe it or not, I've played. I absolutely. I actually have. And
Yeah.
last time we played, I can't even remember what happened. Probably wasn't as long ago as you think. He's probably about 65. But
he's older than that.
I mean, maybe. But surprisingly, I have never played him one-on-one.
Lefty punched Josh in the face one time when they were playing, Parker.
Lefty is
yeah, the McCallie. That is so funny.
True story.
All right, so
I'll tell you, I'll just go tell the story right now.
All right.
We're playing. This is like we're playing pickup. Lefty's got these new back medication that made him crazy. I caught the ball in the corner. I'm lining him up, and he just headbutts me. Like literally, he's in his
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And instantly, when he did that, he goes, "Man, I'm sorry. I'm on these drugs, and I don't know what happened there."
Parker, that's good genetics right there, man. You are you're tough. So hey, when I was I'm 1-0 against your dad coaching, by the way, Parker. So I was the coach with a team he played on with Josh, and I was at Louisville College at the time. We were 1-0, so we beat them. So they came up to the Dome.
Little bragging rights.
That's right. All right, so Cash, tell me about your team this year. You know, obviously I know a lot about it, but besides you, and I'll tell you what, Cash has got that inside-outside game. I mean, he really has got to be. I mean, how many points did you average last year? Almost 18, 19, something like that?
I have no idea. It's probably something like that.
Yeah, it was up there. So anyway, I'll answer for
Cash
you.
don't keep his stat sheet in his draws. He don't do that.
He doesn't. He's about wins. That's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so
that's one hard man to game plan for. I'll tell you that.
He is. I mean, he is. He can do. He can.
Nightmare.
He can score at all three levels. He really can. Although I've never seen him really do any mid-range stuff. Not that he needs to. You know.
I'm working on it.
You're working on the mid-range?
Yeah.
I think you can. What do you think? All right. So what do you think Walker Valley's strengths are this year? Besides you,
we got a lot of talent. Like we're really deep. This is the most like talent I've seen really. Yeah. So I'm very excited for the year. But also like these are all players that we've grown up together, and like it just feels like a family. So I think we got that going for us for sure.
I'm a little concerned about losing Brett Campbell. I'll be honest with you, because he is the toughest. He's by far and away the toughest Campbell. That's my stepson too, Parker. All right, so Parker. So you guys are rated ahead of Baylor. How you feel about that? You feel like Baylor's going to be terrible this year, or what? What do you think?
I mean, I definitely think it's going to be a really good game. They got a lot of their guys coming back. I'm definitely excited though.
Didn't you say on social media you thought they were pretty soft though, Baylor? No, was that wasn't him, was it, Josh? I'm just kidding.
Unless someone created a burner account.
That was the burner.
That might have been a burner account, but
that's pretty good.
I'm excited.
What's it like playing in that game? That's what I want to hear. What's it like playing in that game?
I mean, going up to the game, you try and kind of play it off a little bit, like, hey, this is just any other game. But I mean, once you get there, especially at their place, I mean, there's not a better environment in high school basketball. I mean, I can almost guarantee that. Like in the smaller gym, like the older gym, I mean, there's got to be at least 1,000 people in there. I mean, it just is packed out. I mean,
how hard is it to get a ticket? I bet it's almost impossible to get in there.
You can if you don't go to the schools.
I mean, that's they try and keep it that way, honestly. But
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, just think if y'all were playing in your old gym up there like you used to back in, in that old thing up in that facility. I watched the Baylor McCallie game in that thing up at your old place 100 years ago. Yeah. Both y'all, Cash, you guys, one thing y'all have, I want y'all to really, and I'm being serious because I joke around a lot. Y'all are a part of some rivalries that are really cool that most high school players don't get. I mean, the Baylor McCallie thing is special. Being able to play in that. Cash, being able to play Bradley in front of or Cleveland, those rivalries are special. You guys, not everybody gets to do that. And it's just, Blake Campbell, one of my stepsons, a couple of his teammates came to the Bradley Walker Valley game, and they're really both good players, played at good high schools. And he was like, man, I cannot believe this environment. It's just really cool that you guys get to playing that. So I hope you realize that. I know both of you have college aspirations that you'll get to, and I know you'll get to play in college, but enjoy that senior year, man. This is a great year, and you both should have good teams. You're good players. So just enjoy this season. Would you agree with that, Josh, as the mental toughness coach here for all athletes?
I think so many players worry about their college future in a way that takes away from especially their senior year. Specifically when I was at McCallie, we had a couple guys that were really worried about stuff, and I feel like it really affected their game when I was helping Schulman over there. And just getting all you can out of that senior year and letting the chips fall where they may. I mean, your game's going to speak for itself. And these days in the COVID year, like post-COVID with the portal and the extra year scholarship, is so hard. So just don't get discouraged, because if you're good enough, you can make it happen.
And y'all are the last class of people that are affected by the COVID. This will be the 2025s won't be affected by COVID. So, but you'll be the last ones that where this year affects you guys. So, all right. So Parker, tell us about what's the key to McCallie being great this year.
Y'all got some new additions too. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we got a few guys coming in. So one guy we got from Heritage, Caleb Gallman. He decided to come over to McCallie. He'll be a great addition. Got some young guys too. Some of the guys that played last year, I mean, they were on JV, but got a little bit in and out in varsity, but they've grown a lot this summer. And, we've worked hard, like Andrew Smith, Trell Knight, both sophomores. They'll be really good for us. And we have a freshman, 8th grader last year, Ryan Wingard, who was, I mean, he's young. I mean, he needs to get a little muscle on him, but I mean, he's going to be really good for us. And obviously he's a freshman, so he's going to have 4 more years playing at a high level. But no, I'm excited. I think as pretty much for us to be successful, I mean, I honestly think it's going to be defense for us. And rebounding, especially. Last year, that was probably our biggest struggle. We weren't very tall, but I think we got some guys this year that'll help us on the boards, especially.
Good stuff, man. Great. Cash, what about One Valley,
Chime.
Walker Valley? What is the key to – go ahead. What, Josh?
Is it Chime in the middle, the big boy that's eligible this year?
Yes, that's his name. That's right.
What's his first name?
Kenneth.
Chime?
Yeah, Kenneth Chime.
Great job. I'm going to let you pronounce that for the rest of your Josh. All right, so Cash, what's the key to One Valley, Walker Valley this year? What's the key? I mean, you guys were about a point away from making the sub-state. Last couple of years, y'all been right on the edge of, making that state tournament. What's the key to getting y'all there?
Well, I think a big thing for us this year will definitely be rebounding, because we're such a small team. I know that's always the case, but that'll definitely be huge. And I would say passing for sure, because we got a lot of scores and almost too many. So if we know how to share the basketball, we're gonna be strong with it.
Yeah, rebounding.
Coach Campbell doesn't really do not sharing.
I don't need it that well.
Yeah,
I'm with you. That rebounding is it's gonna be a key. Y'all are gonna have to gang rebound, obviously, and Hobie was a bigger guy too. I mean, that was one of the things you guys lost him, and so definitely you're gonna have to gang rebound against those guys. So Parker, when you guys open up next week?
Yes, first game is Tuesday at home against Notre Dame.
Oh my
goodness. I think that'll be a good one. They got some guys.
Get it off started.
That's right. And Cash, you guys open up Monday, right?
Yes, Monday.
You guys play Loudon? Is that who it is? Or Warren? Who is that? Somebody.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't really know.
You're just showing up and getting buckets, right?
I just show up and play. Yeah.
Hey, that's good, man. That's Hey,
that is the best answer ever.
No worry.
Coming out here and get buckets, man.
That's right. Well, boys, good luck to you, and hey, enjoy the year. That would be my recommendation. Just have fun and compete every day, and nothing like your senior year in high school basketball. It's one of the great times. So appreciate appreciate you guys
Don't
being
let
on.
no petty problems get in the way. Don't let no petty problems get in the way of all that stuff. Because you guys got some good, y'all got good teams, and you can have a really good year this year. And the seniors, it's up to you guys to manage a lot of that stuff. And I'm really looking forward to seeing both y'all's teams play.
And y'all play for good coaches. And Parker, you may not get along with yours personally, but he does a great job. And so enjoy it. Well, boys, appreciate it. You guys can go ahead and log off, and we're gonna get our Randy Smith here, hopefully, and appreciate you guys. Go McCallie and go Walker Valley.
One Valley.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks
See
for
you
having
guys.
me.
See you guys.
See ya.
All right. Hopefully, we'll see if Randy is. Randy was a little worried about the technology piece, so we'll see if he can get on here.
Good stuff. Them guys did a good job talking about things. We need to get more players on.
We do need more players, and so Jax is supposed to get on hopefully soon. And you said the Red Bank. So one of the things I want to do next week is come up with the preseason all SEC, all Southeast Tennessee Prep hoops team, the preseason team. So something that you and I need to work on together. Cole McCormick's supposed to be on next week. Several of those got signed today, having the signing party. I get Brett Wright. Need to get him.
Sign with Trevecca came down, huh?
Well, you can't sign when Division twos. Coaches can't go to the signing. So you just have your own thing, and then, which was great.
Gotta love the random NCAA rules.
NCAA, that would be a great podcast to have. NCAA rules. So the NCAA does an incredible job of monitoring like Sewanee basketball and let's say the volleyball team, keeping them in check at North Alabama, but that's what they're really good at that. Yeah.
And they have a hard time with Auburn.
Have a hard time with Jim Harbaugh, I think. So what are your thoughts on Coach Harbaugh? What are your objective thoughts on Jim Harbaugh as an Ohio State?
My objective thoughts are,
as an Ohio State homer, what are your thoughts?
As an Ohio State homer, I just think it's par for the course for Michigan. Like I don't expect anything different. Like, it's just Jim Harbaugh fits perfectly there. We need a villain in that role. As an objective person, when I look at this and I think of when they started winning all these games and stuff.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now,
they wouldn't have beaten Ohio State the last 2 years if it wasn't for
They ain't beating them this year. I don't think they're beating them this year.
But what
I'm going to go on the record and say that I think that if Ohio State loses to Michigan, I will wear a Michigan hat on a podcast. No, I'll wear a Tennessee hat. I can't wear a Michigan hat. My hair will start falling out, but I'll wear a Tennessee hat or Tennessee gear on the podcast if Ohio State loses to Michigan.
Okay.
Is that good?
Great. What is wearing a Tennessee hat? I don't care. I don't care if Ohio State meets Michigan. I don't care. I hope they do. I don't even care.
I was saying I'll do it for you.
You're not going to do it for me. I mean,
I'm not wearing a Michigan hat. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, well, good. That's good. Anyway, there's some Michigan fans up there. It's incredible how, if this would happen to Rod Day, you would just be like, this is ridiculous. They're just coming to get him. So
kind of like when Jim Tressel, I was like, nah, man, I'm Tressel all the way, man. Everybody was doing it. Everybody's doing it. Can't fire Jim Tressel.
Yeah, that's stealing. What's the equivalent of that in high school basketball? Stealing, what would that be? Stealing signs.
I think it would be stealing people's huddle account for practices.
Can you do that?
Having somebody on the inside because Michigan had people on the sidelines in the other team's gear, right?
Yeah.
So so you would have to it would be like having practice footage of them preparing for your game or something like that. That would be the equivalent of that. So it's a huge deal. I mean, that's a big deal. It's an operation.
When I was at Presbyterian, the head guy would always have us check the garbage cans for a scouting report on see what the other team. You know how coach would give the scouting report to their players just throw them away. And so he would always have us check them just to see what the scouting report was on us. It was like 50% of the time that the other team would leave a scouting report in the garbage can. It was a great.
There have been a couple times they'd leave it right on the whiteboard at Tennessee Temple. They wouldn't even erase it off the whiteboard. They just leave it there. You got the locker room. You like go in there and it's like, man, this is gold. I get to show my player that they think he's soft.
Well, I don't know if Randy's going
to
be able to get on here. We'll see what he says here. See if I've got a message from him. But he'll be great on here. He can talk about some of these old-timey guys that played a long time ago. You're talking about a guy, Randy Smith, that when he was probably early 80s, he started doing Channel 12, Channel 3, and then he's still at it. He'll have some great stories. And he also, he's called Tennessee basketball games, Tennessee football games.
He's probably old enough to have seen you play.
We're also going to have Coach John Strulman on as a future guest. We've got Mac McCarthy that is going to be on here, and next week we'll have some more players. So anyway, top players, that's going to come out this weekend, Josh. Top players in the area. How do we want to do this? We want to have the starting five.
I need a little more time this weekend. I need a little more time than this weekend. I'm going to check out that jamboree. I want to check out some people play.
These are the preseason, though. It's not postseason. We're going to have postseason awards, obviously, but these are just the preseason awards. Hey, last thing, let's finish up on this before we go. I think it'd be really cool to have a public-private all-star game, a public versus private school all-star game. How cool would that be?
That would be cool.
Like you have, your McCallies and Baylors and everybody on one, all the privates, and then you have the publics against it. I think that would be fascinating.
They draw a lot of interest. They were talking about on PTI, I think today, on Pardon the Interruption, how awesome it would be if you had the NBA All-Star Game as international versus American.
They ought to do that too.
Think about that international team. How well you could market that worldwide. Someone's dropping the ball not doing that. That international team, where you got Luka, Giannis, Shea.
They're better. They're just better. This isn't Tennessee Prep Hoops, but they're better. Who you got winning the public-private game?
That's a tough one.
If we
the private schools are kind of loaded with talent this year. I think it's always year to year. But the private schools are pretty loaded with talent this year, so it'd be tough.
Yeah, it would be tough, but I think it'd be interesting. You got Cash up at.
It would definitely be a good game. That'd be fascinating to watch for real, especially if the players got into it. I think we need to set this up.
I really want to do it. I've thought about doing it.
Let's just do it like a pickup game. Hey, it's pickup, but we know who's playing. $5 a head to get in. All proceeds go to the public schools.
That's a good idea. It really is. But I want to make it an all-star. I want to have refs. I want to have I think it'll be pretty cool. Public versus private. I'd like to, if we can get the best players of each of these teams, it'd be fascinating to watch. Then we get a coach from each team, be the coach of the private, coach of the public.
Before we get off here, I've seen two things today on reffing shortages, and I'm just gonna make a big ask for everybody that's in stands and all that stuff to go easy on the officials this year. Let's do that.
When I said referees are guessing, I meant that. When I say referees are guessing, I meant that in the best possible way, because it is hard to officiate a game. It is hard. It is almost
especially block charge stuff.
It's impossible.
Bang, you almost have to watch the defender. You got like a 60% chance to get that right.
Yeah. Figuring out what a walk is impossible. That's impossible.
It's almost like figuring out what a catch is in the NFL.
Yeah, it is really difficult. The game is so fast and it is so hard. And I just, yeah, you're right. When I said referees are guessing, it is, I meant that in the nicest, because it's really hard. It's really, really hard.
And I think, honestly, like coaching the last 5 years, we'd go travel in different places and all that kind of stuff. Chattanooga officiating is good. Like, it's a lot better than a lot of places that you get. And a lot of these guys have been doing it a long time. We got some really good young officials in Chattanooga right now. And we do not need these guys to quit or stop reffing because they're taking abuse or people are acting a fool or whatever. But man,
and you and I, and you and I both acknowledge as coaches that we weren't exactly kind to officials at all times, and I regret
want to
that.
Apologize for every time I yelled at an adult during a basketball game.
I want to apologize.
I'm going to go ahead and publicly apologize.
I apologize to every official that I treated poorly over the course of a long time. How about that? There's my public apology. It really. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? What, like, some of the things
we were working the officials.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was horrible. So, I mean, obviously you got to take up for your team, but I crossed the line 10,000 times, and I apologize to anyone
that public
listening.
Service announcement is in memory of the General Bob Knight.
Yes. Yes.
To YouTube videos of Bob Knight the last week and just listening to him talk. He was such a jerk, but he was so funny.
Oh, yeah. I read Susan on the Brink, his book, about him 10 times. Yeah. And I read one of the officials that Bob Knight gave a hard time to, his son posted something about how when this official, it's a Big Ten official, longtime guy, had cancer and ended up passing away, and that Bob Knight later in life became one of his best friends, and they can,
wow.
I think there's a side of Bob Knight that people didn't always.
Yeah. Jay Billis wrote a good article about
that was
the
great.
2 sides of Bob Knight. That was a really good article.
That's great. I mean, I know I feel that way with you sometimes. People ask me why I hang in there with you and why you're my friend. I was like, I just am. I mean, I know his great qualities, and so yeah.
So you're gonna right?
I can't even make it through that one right there. All right, brother. Appreciate you. That was a good time. Next week. Hey, subscribe if you're listening. Subscribe. Give us that 5-star rating, and we'll see you next Wednesday. I really like this Wednesday time. I think it'll be, especially once the season gets cranked up, it'll be the best time.
And send us a message too. You can send me a message on Facebook. You can send me a text if you got my number, or Tommy. We want to talk to players. We want to hear about these teams. We're excited about the season starting, and we want to hear about it so we can know who to watch.
Hey, great job, Coach Nick Fike tonight, and Parker and Cash did a great job too. So anyway, we'll see you next time. Give us that 5-star review, subscribe. Take care, everybody.